Today, we are going into jail. Well, let me claim this. Okay. So I haven't really gotten into the thick of it yet, but we about to see what's up. Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Huh. We're gonna keep it still. Do you know what's in 2.8? I know the characters and the skins. Story-wise, I know nothing. You know, I'm trying to be gags, you know. Trying to be gags. The great riverbed winds through the frostbitten earth, disappearing into the distant horizon. A neat yet dilapidated circular complex stands alone beneath the snow-capped mountains, as if abandoned by God, humanity, and ghosts alike. Outside the fence, 3 uninvited guests discuss their plan to get inside. You know, Vertin, bro, I hope Vertin has a bucket list for things she wants to do with her life. Cause now she could cross breaking into prison as one of them.
Behold, Comala prison. It's the biggest building around. Prison. When the sun comes out, it looks like a rusty button stitched into the earth.
Girl is so obsessed with this place. Does everyone love Garcia?
Everyone tries not to pay attention to it, but it's undoubtedly one of the most important places in town.
Who's Garcia? Am I gonna meet Garcia?
We're heading uphill. Oops!
Oh, my glasses are being dirty. The young rider begins to slip around. She is prevented only by Soneto's quick read. Not her being saved by Soneto. Girl, lack the frickin'. We got in prison. Next.
Thanks. So, my new friends, you're from that
Not her being
Palominos?
saved by Soneto, though. That's kind of funny.
St. Pavlov Foundation.
Okay.
And Vertin is the timekeeper there.
What's your spoiler policy? No spoilers. As in, if it's anything that will tell me something that's coming up, then I'd prefer none. If it's any type of like speculation and like you're just speculating what it could be based off of stuff we're seeing now, then that's fine. But like no spoilers as in I won't be gags later on. Yeah. But if you're like speculating something happening in the future, that's different. Because I'd be doing that a lot. I'm like, oh my gosh, this person's gonna this because of this that just happened, you know?
Ah, very impressive. Sounds all official and polished. Then
Bro.
I take it you've already got away into the prison?
No. The gate presents an unwelcoming face to the world. We're like literally here alone.
I'll draft a letter to headquarters right away. Once they approve it, they'll notify the local branch in Buenos Aires. From there, they'll need to inform the Argentine government.
Dang, how long will that take?
Who will then issue us a permit.
Excellent. Looks like our bureaucrats still have some worth. No offense
That sounds like it's gonna take forever though, low-key. Soneto loves paperwork.
Since we're pressed for time,
she could do
I believe we
Regulus's
can ask
paperwork,
that headquarters
low-key.
give high priority
Regulus
to our
hates
request.
paperwork.
If all goes well, we should have the permit in about a month.
Let me turn you down.
Ah, how expedient of them. But you know what? Maybe we shouldn't bother
And also,
all those
I wasn't
hardworking
expecting to
government
see an
officials with
actual
these trifling matters after all.
Jaggers wearing uniform in reverse. A what? She instantly returns to her previous judgment.
I have a simpler solution that suits the urgency of our cause.
That sounds great.
Breaking in.
Where are you going, Miss Recoleta?
That sounds great, huh? Where are you going? That sounds fantastic. Oh, are we breaking in? Is that where anyone could stop her? The young rider hurls herself up the wall, scaling the side with the sort of skill that immediately suggests she's done this before.
To the other side
She's
of the wall, of course.
Cheko is always with that adorable hat thing. It's because I don't want to get ready, okay? I will forever always wear this. And by get ready, I mean wear makeup. Makeup is so uncomfortable, you know? And this thing covers as much as my face as possible. And it's like the only hoodie I have that does that. And it's cute, so, you know. It's literally part of my branding now. It's part of my character uniform. My character design, yes.
Come on, ladies of the Foundation. Soneto, take my hand.
She said, Soneto up here. Soneto looks utterly flustered. Soneto ain't no rule breaker.
Miss Recoleta, please. A reckless act like that could have serious consequences.
Consequence, okay? We trying to get some work done. The on energy, yes.
In fact, while the details of our mission are
classified,
met her. I should warn you,
nah, I
it
still
may
at the
be
beginning.
dangerous.
You're good though.
We cannot guarantee your safety once we're inside.
I have a feeling I know who you're talking about
though. To return to town.
I have a feeling, like a slight inkling. My voice sounds so terrible right now.
That is definitely not in my best interest.
Our best interest. Your best interest is my best interest, so it's our best interest.
What sort of pusillanimous coward would I be if I just abandoned my fated companions here? Of course I'm going in with you.
I feel like Soneto is getting flashbacks
you're coming with me.
To Rebel Vertin in chapter 3. Low key though. Low key, if I would, bro, imagine if Vertin was already over this wall. She's like, aren't you coming, Soneto? Aren't you coming, Soneto?
Please get down, Miss Recoleta.
Oh.
Someone's coming our way.
How about instead of going down, we all go up together? Then it doesn't matter who's coming. Because we're all already over the wall, you know? Hey, we can kick their butt. From the other side of the prison fence, a predator gaze locks onto the figure perched on the wall. Oh.
Stop right there. What do you think you're doing?
Nothing. I think you're just seeing things. We're trying to break into prison.
It's her again.
So.
The jailer of Comala.
We're trying to break in. Like, into the prison.
Did she say jailer or jaguar?
Oh. Oh, wait. It's the jaguar jailer. Okay. We actually gonna rock the main... Oh. Where is she? Recoleta, where are you? She's an assist anyway. She'll just be in the background.
The puppy wishes to come along.
You got this, guys. Woo!
Pensó más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo. Nuestro aliado es la verdad.
Yeah, woo!
Idealismo, vuelos de fantasía, patrones ocultos.
Melania's starving.
Get out of here.
She'll get to eat one day, you know. Yeah. Get it. Oh. Oh.
The puppy agreed with your decision.
What happened?
A truly villainous moment.
It's about to ult. Yeah.
Not a fan of my work, I take it toes. El camino a Tlón. En la acumulación.
Wait, why do I only have 2?
Suéltalo todo una vez más.
Wow. Why was there only 2 instead of 3? There's 3 characters on the field.
The puppy is fleeing the scene at its maximum speed.
Bro, you won. There's no need to run away when you won. Winners don't run, okay? Winners don't run away.
Miss Recoleta, haven't I made myself clear? I don't want to see you here again.
No way. She knows your name. Oh my gosh. She knows your government.
Jailer, we meet again.
We meet again.
What a delightful encounter on such a...
I'm starting to think we may... Oh, Augusta cold wind interrupts her. We may have to rethink partnering up with her. I'm kidding. No way she's a regular to prison.
Lovely day.
As in a regular to breaking in. Crazy.
Would you please just leave this
All
place
for the
alone?
craft. She's like, will you please leave the prison alone? Recoleta, please.
I'll never understand why a promising young woman like you keeps snooping around a prison.
Hey, it's for the plot.
I can't make this any
Of her
clearer.
book.
Trying to break into Comala will do nothing to get you inside, but it will get you into a world of trouble with the Gendarmeria.
You would think that breaking into prison will actually get you into prison because you're breaking in the, you know, because you're breaking the law. So like, I wonder what she went there for last time. See Alfie again? I haven't met her. I haven't met him. Whoa. Well, I haven't met him yet. We gotta see what's up in the prison.
So, will you stop these senseless breaking attempts?
We need to see what he's about. He might be a little crazy. We need to see that for ourselves, though.
Comala
Or he might be
is
completely
only
normal,
accessible to academic researchers and journalists. And even they must have official credentials in order to enter.
Okay.
Isn't there any other way
What
to pay
if
a
it's
visit?
on
I truly do need to get in there.
Foundation business? Foundation duties. She racks her brain for a plausible excuse.
Sorry to interrupt, but did you just say official credentials?
Right, just flash that ID real quick. Just go like... Burton. I'm as official as it gets, okay? So, let me in.
Yes, you heard me right. And you are?
I don't know if you heard of me. I'm the timekeeper. You know, the one who keeps tab of, like, the storm of stuff. The biggest moneymaker in the Foundation other than Constantine and probably Madam Z. You know, no big deal. No big deal.
I'm the timekeeper of the St. Pavlov Foundation. My assistant and I are here to visit Comala prison on official orders from the Foundation. Here, this is my ID.
And we'll, I guess we'll also let Recoleta join us, I guess. Yeah, bro, Soneto. At the thought of lying, Soneto's lips fail to open for even a squeak. She goes flush red with embarrassment. Soneto. Though through the prison fence, the jailer examines the pair as she takes the ID in her sizable paws. See? It's at least a very presentable looking card, boldly stamped with the seal of the St. Pavlov Foundation.
This is indeed legitimate.
Uh-huh. Did I stutter? She murmurs.
Welcome to Comala prison.
Simple as
Apologies for
that.
my earlier behavior.
This is what
It's been a
this
while
is the
since we've
kind of
had
stuff you
any
get when
official
you got
visitors.
clout. You know? You got timekeeper level clout. You got clout. Okay, Recoleta's going back into the basement until I see fit. She's not ready for these waters. They're too dangerous. Okay. Oh, never mind. No action here. No action here.
Día tras día, la investigadora de
Day after day,
paracausalidad se
the
escondía en la
researcher hid away in the
naturaleza fuera del
wilderness
pueblo de
outside the town
Amalfitano,
of studying the
estudiando los
data
datos que
she
había
had
recolectado.
collected. I'm not even gonna attempt to read the big words. I wonder if Erd is Martha and Martha is Versmet. If they're all Verton's mother. What I'm speculating, here's my speculation about Martha, Versmet, Erd, and Dores. Okay. Versmet, they're all the same person, right? But they were all reversed in the storm. Hear me out. I don't remember if Martha was a writer or researcher at all, but Versmet was a researcher. Erd is like a researcher, writer, whatever. Dores was a writer, researcher, whatever. So I'm like, they're all like obviously the same person, right? I'm just thinking, girly gets reversed. She was constantly. Imagine. But that's my theory. And like, whatever the first one, whoever the original is Verton's mommy. Okay? So, technically, they're all Verton's mom. But they were all researchers and writers, you know? So, that's my theory.
Una tarde, al anochecer,
Over evening at dusk,
una voz llamó
a
desde
voice
fuera de
called
su
out
cueva.
from outside her cave.
Ella dejó
She
el
puts
equipo
down the
y las
equipment
cintas
and her
y
tapes
salió
and
afuera.
stepped outside. A
Un
man
hombre
stood
estaba de pie,
curiously
curioso,
at her door.
frente a su puerta. ¿Qué haces aquí?,
What are you doing
preguntó,
here? He
levantando
asked,
ambas
raising
cejas.
both eyebrows.
Nada
Nothing ever
sucede en
happens
Amalfitano en
in
estos días.
these days.
El local se presentó
The
como el
local
empleado del
introduced
banco.
himself
Probablemente
as the
tenía la
banker.
cara más amable
He
del
had
lugar.
probably the
Ojos
most
brillantes, mejillas
amiable
levantadas,
face
una
around,
mandíbula
bright
suave.
eyes, lifted cheeks,
Era una cara
a
llena de
soft jawline.
esperanza.
It was a face beaming with hope. Oh,
La investigadora le
the
mostró
researchers
los espectros que
showed
había estado
him
recopilando.
oh my gosh.
He
The
estado
girl,
recolectando
these
historias
words are
sobre
too
el
big.
dado.
She's been
Explicó.
compiling. I've been collecting
Quizás ellos
stories about the
contienen la
die,
clave
she
para explicar
explains.
la
Perhaps they
aleatoriedad que
hold the
muestra el
key to
destino.
explaining the randomness that fate displays.
Eso
That
realmente
doesn't
me
intrigue me
intriga,
so, the bank clerk
respondió
replied
rápidamente
briskly.
el
I'd
empleado
love
del
to hear
banco.
all about it, but
Me
I have to
encantaría
go.
escuchar
I must
todo sobre
be
eso.
late to the
Pero debo
Dune
irme.
funeral.
No debo llegar
And
tarde al
with that,
funeral
he
del
left.
pescador de dunas. Y con eso se fue.
Precaster.
3 días
3
después,
days later,
los
the same
mismos
footsteps
pasos
returned to
regresaron a
her
su cueva.
cave.
¿Volviste?
You're back.
¿Cómo has
How have you
estado?
been? Did you
¿Lograste
make it
llegar
to
al
the
funeral?
funeral? She asked.
Preguntó. No tengo
I
idea
have
de lo
no
que
idea
estás
what you're
hablando,
talking about, he replied.
respondió de manera
Dirt
cortante.
Trisely, I'm not
No
a
soy
man
el
you
hombre
think
que
I
crees
am.
que
His
soy.
face was drained with
Su
gaunt, his
rostro
eyes
estaba
sunken deep into
agotado
hollow sockets,
y
as if every
demacrado,
spark of life has been drawn
sus
out of
ojos
him,
hundidos
leaving only an empty
profundamente
husk.
en huecos vacíos. Era como si toda chispa
Dang.
de vida
I thought she was
le
like
hubiera
way
sido
ahead of me for
arrancada,
real.
dejándolo solo con una cáscara vacía.
Okay. Or maybe she travels through the storm like Vern because she's Verton's mother, and the timekeeper disease is passed down. Maybe, but then why would she like? But we saw Martha reverse in the storm, so I don't think she's immune like Verton is. Cause if Martha is the same person as Bersmet, and that's the same person as Erd and Dores, we saw Martha reverse. Like we were there for that one. So I don't think. Also, she couldn't remember her time. Dores doesn't remember being Erd. You know? So I'm like, maybe imagine, right? Imagine. Verton. Right? She had Verton. She was pregnant, right? With Verton. And then she got reversed in the storm. And then gave birth to Verton after. And that's why Verton's special, because Verton was in her mommy's tummy when she was reversed. I don't know. And that's why she's able to withstand it. Something crazy like that. I don't know. It's kind of insane. But then Constantine also hinted at doing something to Verton's mom and taking Verton. So I don't know. And I'll have to go back again and remember exactly what Constantine said, but she did say something along those lines, like taking Verton. So we'll see.
La investigadora insistió
The
que no
researcher
se había
insisted she
equivocado.
wasn't mistaken. I know
Conozco a
people
las
by
personas por su
their
naturaleza
deeper
más
nature down
profunda,
to the
hasta la
and their
sincronización de sus
spectrums. I've never
espectros.
been wrong before.
Nunca me he equivocado antes. Lo que tú digas.
Whatever you say,
El hombre
the
murmuró de
man
manera áspera.
muttered roughly.
No
I don't
entiendo
understand anything of
nada
your
de tus
high-minded
ideas
ideas.
tan
Just let me go.
elevadas.
It's been a
Solo
long day
déjame
out
ir.
there
Ha
fishing, and
sido
all I
un
want to do
largo
now
día
is
de
collapse
pesca
on my rickety
y lo
bed.
único
He
que quiero
tugged
ahora
off
es
his
desplomarme en mi cama
footsteps and
tambaleante.
sounded exactly like those
Se alejó con
of
pasos
the
que
bank
sonaban
clerks.
exactamente
Would it
como
be
los del
crazy if Verton
empleado
was
del banco.
born in the storm? That's kind of what I'm thinking too. Imagine.
As you might have noticed, Miss Verton, this facility isn't just a prison. It's also a research center.
When we say research, are they doing experiments on people? Because that's what my mind goes to. What are we researching? What are we doing? Maybe the form is reversed, but the essence, like Mr. Carson and Mr. Duncan. Yeah. I feel like their form is still kind of the same though. Cause when it comes to Mr. Carson and Mr. Duncan, they look exactly alike. I think the reason why he looked like the way he is, like, looks different is because he grew up differently than Mr. Carson. So he wasn't as proper. So he obviously wouldn't have his hair well kept. He wouldn't, like, dress the same as Mr. Carson. But, like, I feel like they're reverse, like, their memories, all that kind of stuff. Like, they live a completely different life than they did before. But their body is still exactly the same. I just feel like Mr. Duncan looks different because he grew up differently than Mr. Carson. So if he grew up the same way as a butler, he'd probably look one to one. But because his experiences are different, he looks very different. I mean, that's my speculation. I heard they revealed it in 2.8 and I'm excited. It's like we learn something new every time. Like last time we learned the knot and now we're gonna learn something else crazy. Oh, she read this.
Its full name is the Panopticon of Comala. It was established by the Foucault Association in 1975.
Vertin Polda, do you know who I am?
We've hosted workshops, academic sessions, and even lectures about the Panopticon. You may even have seen some reports about it.
Okay.
Experts of psychoanalysis and scholars from various fields have come here to exchange ideas and seek collaboration in their studies. In many ways, the Panopticon is unlike any other prison you've seen before.
I see. No wonder Miss Recoleta has gone to such lengths to become a part of it. Actually, my assistant and I are here to inquire about a prisoner named Dores. Does that name sound familiar?
She's a prisoner? I thought she was just visiting for fun. Like a certain someone, you know? Like she got Manus ID. Well, I don't know why Manus just lets her roam free.
Not that I recall.
I don't know.
Could she have used a different name? What does she look like?
She'd have arrived here about 3 days ago.
Same hair color as me, kind of looks like me.
It's also possible that she came as a visitor.
You know.
Not a prisoner.
Nukutai? I don't know how to say her name at all, but yes. Her body is so long.
She's a blind woman who always carries an old typewriter.
But you see, she's always blind. That's the thing. That's why I think, like, their body remains. It's just their memories and, like, their life experiences are all different. But each one, it's crazy because in each one, she's a writer or researcher and she's blind. That's literally her MO. That's literally her MO. Like, that's what I think.
She used to be a doctor at the Sao Paulo Veterans
I hope they bring
Residence in Brazil.
Janangsa back. I didn't get her again. I think they're not gonna bring her. I don't know when they'd bring her back, because next they're probably gonna rerun Lucy, because I feel like they rerun the characters with their corresponding release, like the true limited. So they reran Janangsu at the next 0.5 year anniversary. So they're gonna rerun Lucy at the next year anniversary, and then I think they're then gonna run Li Wang. Bro, I forgot. Liang Yue. Frank, I don't know who the frick I was talking about. Liang Yue, and then they're gonna rerun the next character, and I feel like that's how they're gonna do it. But I don't know when they'd bring back Janangsu. Hopefully they do. Okay, kids, we're going on a field trip to Comala. Yeah. She's bigger than Jessica, right? Jessica can ride her. Frick. On the back. Lucy got a rewrite because Euphoria and Ulrich. Yeah. But I feel like that's how they're going to do it, because they just reran Janangsu. So.
And on the subject of different names,
We're
she
going
once
to do
wrote for
Lucy.
Atu under the name Erd.
And then so on and so forth. So we're probably not going to get a Liang Yue update skin until the next 0.5 patch. And then so on and so forth.
I don't think I've seen anyone fit in that description. And as I said, We haven't had any visitors in some time.
I'm not gonna lie. How did
Certainly
Vertin
not
describe
in the last
her?
3 days.
Vertin, girl. Okay, well, I'm like, Vertin, you did not do a good job describing the way she looks. She used to be a doctor. Maybe just like describe her hair color, her facial features. Like, I'm like, dang, Vertin's like, so this was her occupation, and then this was her past occupation. Like, no one knows that. Not with the Timekeeper Squad. There's no way it's gonna be a normal field trip.
But I did see her. I saw her walking towards Comala prison.
That could mean she's not supposed to be here. She's kind of being sneaky as well. Like, she snuck in here.
Someone must have mixed up their memories. Simply
Or
put, I don't recall seeing anyone by that name or with that description here.
I feel like I'm being gaslit.
I see.
Also,
Thank you,
Recoleta's
miss.
probably being
Perhaps
gaslit.
we made a mistake.
We didn't. We did not. She got secrets. Sensing that current line of questioning is going nowhere, she shifts towards a different topic.
Miss Recoleta, you've gone to great lengths to get into the Panopticon. Would you mind telling us why?
Right. Let's get to the real meat and potatoes.
Finally! I've been waiting for you to ask.
At least she waited politely, you know.
I'm here to find my pen pal in Comala.
Pen pal? So she's one of those people that have prison pen pals, or what?
You have a pen pal? In here?
Vertin, in jail? Vertin's like, you have a pen pal here? Looks at Vertin. Okay. Mother? I don't know.
Yes. 6 months ago, I went to a book exhibition in Guadalajara and came across the contact details of a few
prison
writers.
pal?
I sent them my novel and asked for feedback. Looking back, it was a bit forward, but nothing unheard of between writers. A lot of
I'm kidding.
friendships
Vertin
start through
doesn't
letters,
judge.
you see.
Vertin does not judge at all. I feel like Vertin could care less to judge.
And Aleph wrote back.
Aleph, that's how you say his name. Dang. Recoleta produces a stack of letters from her coat. Dang. The recipient's address changes with each letter, reflecting the turbulent lifestyle of the wandering writer. Yet the sender's address is eternally consistent. Comala. Recoleta would be one shot by prison TikTok. Bro, don't even get me started.
And how much do you know about this pen pal of yours?
And she's breaking into prison to meet her pen pal. If that's not crazy enough.
Oh, well, he calls himself Aleph, which is a grammatically masculine word, so... So you assume Aleph is a man?
A reasonable speculation, but in her experience, never a certainty. Right. Don't judge.
Yes, he's probably a poet, a writer, perhaps even an alchemist. He's one of the brightest people I know. There's never been a question that he couldn't answer.
So you ever wonder why he's in prison? Like, is that ever a question that crossed your mind to just ask? Just asking. I'm just asking. Have you never decided to just say, hey, why are you in prison? Like, that's an amazing question, by the way. Especially this prison. There's writings on the walls and everything. Now, he could be very well employed, but I'm just saying, like...
I've asked him about religion, politics, history, potions.
How about
even
why
critters
he's
and
here?
length and breadth. Can you imagine someone who knows all those things and so extensively
That's what I'm
too?
saying. They're gonna do that for sure, though. That's 100%. The day Schneider will be playable. The day they revealed that they don't die, I was like, wrap it up. Where's my girl Schneider? She's probably gonna have a different name, but when we see her, we'll know. It's gonna be so freaking cool. Imagine if she joins Manus. Well, she probably can't, because she'll still be, like, human, but you never know. It could be something sick like that. Anyway, yeah, how about you ask why he's in prison?
And he helped me with my novel. He always seems to know the best ways to bring my characters to life.
Okay, but like, why is he in jail, though? In her defense, she's struggling to find a warm place to stay in the winter, so prison for winter is her best option. Her pen pal is also there. Wait, so she's planning to stay here? I thought she was just planning to, you know, drop by, meet her pen pal, and dip. You know? I thought she just wanted an IRL meetup. I didn't know she's planning to stay the night. And, like, spend winter here.
Honestly, he's so insightful. I've begun wondering if he's omniscient. With his help, my story grew richer and fuller, like a well-tended plant. Strangely, can't seem to take it any further now.
But still, like, I think it would be very important to ask, like, why are you in jail before you meet up with someone, you know? That's just my advice.
I couldn't understand why.
Guys, don't do this.
So, I resolved that I would see him in person to find out.
Again with this story about your uncanny pen pal. I've already told you 1,000 times.
Not her clocking it, your uncanny pen pal or whatever. A little weirdo.
It's all very moving, but it still doesn't justify your actions.
Dang, saying uncanny pen pal. Okay, well, we haven't met him. We don't know how uncanny he is yet.
Writers experience mental blocks all the time, yet you don't see them trying to break into a prison over it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Jailer has a point.
She does have a point.
Right. Like, come on.
Please, Burden, Jailer, have a little mercy, will you?
Girl, he could be crazy and kill you.
Hold on. I've been meaning to ask. Why are you only calling her Jailer? Don't you know her name? Or do you just prefer addressing people by their occupation? Oh, about that.
Unexpectedly, it is the Jaguar herself that speaks up.
It's okay, Miss Burton. I don't mind being called by my job title. I take pride in what I do.
Alright.
I'm perfectly fine with just being the jailer.
Can she be playable in the future, please? I love her voice and everything.
A researcher is a researcher, and a jailer is a jailer. Titles and codenames often tell us more about people than their ordinary given names, don't you think?
You know what?
Take Sonetto, for example. Your name comes from sonnets, doesn't it? That great poetic form from Italy. Some people mistakenly think Shakespeare invented it. Some say it was Petrarca, though no one really knows when the first sonnet was written.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm straying from my point. You're Italian, aren't you, Sonetto?
Oh.
Is that your real name, or just a code name? Were your parents poets?
As much as I'd like to be able to answer your question, I never knew my parents.
Good mission? Find Sonetto's parents. Yeah, she said she's staying in the beginning. Oh. Well, I mean, it's still good to, especially if you're planning to stay with your pen pal in prison, it's probably still good to ask why they're in prison. You know, like, that's probably like an amazing question. Just so you don't end up not waking up in the morning. Like, you never know. Like, just a little word of advice. Don't do this, guys, please.
My earliest memories were of the School of Primary Defense of Mankind. I've lived there since I was a small child.
Since she was small child.
My apologies. That was thoughtless of me.
It's fine. You meant no ill intent, I'm sure. Timekeeper, if Miss Recoleta was right about Dr. Doris's whereabouts, perhaps the jailer is keeping things from us.
Oh.
Or perhaps Dr. Doris visited the Panopticon without her knowledge.
Is Sonetto saying this when she's right there?
We need to do some digging here.
New theory, Erd is Soneto's mom. No way. New theory, Soneto and Burton are siblings. I'm kidding.
I agree.
No, we can't have that.
Let's see if we can talk to some of the inmates and find out what they know.
Because Burton is for sure not Italian. As they chat, the corridors, until now endless, reach a whoa.
Ladies, we're about to enter the main hall of the Panopticon.
Never mind, you clearly didn't want me to read it.
This is one of the places where the inmates spend their recreation time.
Oh, but I see why you'd say that theory.
Actually,
now that I think about it.
But
Sonnet, poems, Erd, researcher. The jailer seems to be tense with the apparently unusual tone of noise.
Miss Burton, could you keep an eye on Recoleta if anything happens?
I'm done reading. Recoleta tries her best to avoid the hard stare of a feline jailer by blending into the Foundation team.
Certainly.
What do you take me for? I'm not going to run away. That'd be a pretty cheesy way to start a story.
I feel like I'd like a no, you don't. Don't even think about it. There's so many great people in the world to become pen pals. I don't know if prison's the place to go find them. Well, you can get a pen pal anywhere nowadays. You don't need maybe like no, not a prisoner. Maybe like a pen pal in France or Italy. You know, you like pizza?
Please, just stay close to me.
You know, like you can get a pen pal anywhere. Why go to prison for one of those? You know? Oh, let me guess. Oh. Alright, okay. What is this? Oh, looks like we got a new arrival. It's pitch black in here. I can't be sure she's new just yet. Hey there, welcome to La Sociedad de Poetas de las Americas. Or maybe she's one of those who broke out and came back of her own accord. Keeping quiet, huh? I get it. This must be a scared moment for you. A return to the darkness. Oh. Excuse me?
La Sociedad de Poetas de las Americas?
The texture she felt on her way here do not match the words she just heard. Guided by her keen hearing, she pauses mid-step in what seems to be a reasonably open space. The room falls into silence, like the longest minute in human history. Are you there? Are you still there? A faint cough. A heave of a sigh in the darkness. Pardon me, but have we met before? This is my first time in the prison, as far as I can recall. What a strange thing to say. Prison? When was the last time we heard someone say that? Back when the narrator was published? Wait, you aren't some ancient ghost here in pursuit of realism, are you? There's a theatrical flair in her voice. Rusty gates, pitch black cells, prison. Bars from exchanging letters, a peaceful and secluded place. Sociedad de Poetas. And no, we don't know you. The three of them are spaced just far enough apart to barely make out each other's face in the dark. Prison. What a wonderful example, Garcia. Exactly. Okay, edgy. Is that not how you would sound? It all depends on how you choose to see the world, my new friend. Roberta, we don't have much time. It might be the most important gathering of the month. No, maybe even of the year. You're right, Garcia. At this moment, nothing is more important than the salon the Idealist has so carefully prepared. Oh, this is Garcia. This is who you talking about? I see it. You should focus on sorting out the manuscripts first.
Pardon the interruption, but might I ask?
Wake me up inside. Help me come alive. Line art filter. I think I see it looks like he needs a nap or good night. He looks like he needs a hug and some therapy. He looks like he needs some therapy, a hug, and yes, a good night's sleep. That's what he sounds like. That's what he sounds like right now. Wake me up inside. Also, my voice is, that's what my voice kind of sounds like right now. So it's kind of funny to do the voice. Anyway, pardon the interruption, but might I ask why your organization is called La Sociedad de Poetas de las Americas? I assume it isn't simply due to geography. Don't worry, senora. We make it a point to introduce our Sociedad to every new friend. But now isn't quite the time. After the salon ends... Salon? We getting our hair done? Hey. Okay. Well, after the jailer... We'll ask the jailer about your accommodations. Wait a minute. Roberta, your eyes are well adjusted to the dark. Use them. My heart is a black hole. She's neither a newcomer nor a returnee. She's a blind woman. Please forgive me. Garcia. Frick. Just like zero hair care time. You know, like a giant guy who is sleep deprived. Yeah, that's what it's salon time. Hey. Time to get perms, everybody. Senora, a sensory limitation can sometimes bring sharper intuition. In that colorful world of the mind, I'm sure what you see is even more beautiful than reality. And emo. Look at the struggle. But if you weren't brought in by the physician, then why are you here? She tries to construct a fiction in her mind, something that could justify the surreal nature of her arrival. Wake me up inside. Help me come alive. My parents understood me. From the human trade winds of Sao Paulo to the crashing surf of the cliff. Now this strange land greets me for the first time with nothing but cold silence. Ooh, Miss Grace, she's awake. Ooh. Miss Erd is to be placed in Comala prison. She is not to be treated as an ordinary inmate. So y'all put her in prison for real? Crazy. In the words of the preacher, you are our honored guest, Miss Erd.
I've come to learn the name of this land. Ushuaia.
Ushuaia. Oh my gosh. The lady from the young lady's retelling. It lies at the southernmost tip of the vast containment of South America.
As we walked, I could feel her gaze upon me. Steady, yet never intrusive.
Looks who wants to talk now. And now she's done. I could tell she meant no harm. She meant me no harm. I've informed the administrator of Comala prison of your identity and special circumstances. He will ensure your safety. Good luck, and farewell.
I sensed I had been brought to a place most unusual. A building with a quiet peculiarity in the air.
Two attendants followed close behind me, some form of liquid dripping from their face. Oh my gosh, those are the manis goons.
I suppose I must claim a little freedom for myself in this place.
Yeah, be an independent woman. Miss Grace, where have you been? Argus is still looking for you. Argus ain't looking for no Miss Grace. To be fair, Argus is probably looking for her body. Because, like, the real Carla is gone. What was her name? Carla? Her body is the only thing that's left, which is... that patch is so sad. When I was writing that video essay, I learned so much. Kayla, yeah. That was so sad. Man. Someone did speculate that maybe Kayla got reversed in the storm and turned to Miss Grace. But that can't be true because Kayla was human and Miss Grace is not. She's an arcanist. So it can't be the storm. It can only be like, I don't think they could change like what they are. I want Argus. Bro. I mean, who's gonna tell her? They did Argus dirty for no reason. Honestly, I feel like it made it even more heartbreaking. And like, it made us see how cruel Manus is. Because I feel like, you know, like we're getting introduced to a new character. We just need to see how evil Miss Grace is, actually. And we did, you know. So I feel like that was a good opener to how crazy is Miss Grace. That's okay, Kayla may have been trapped in the mirror. Yup. It may have been trapped in the mirror. Argus ex Mercuria. Oh, she hates this. The other likes it. Argus. The thing about me is Argus, if she doesn't like something, there's no way she's gonna vibe with Mercuria. She'd be like, heck nah. What will happen to Argus once she saw her again? I think Argus, man, and Argus is looking forever too, which is so sad. Like, she's gonna be looking for the rest of her life. Like, where's Kayla? I suppose I must claim a little, oh, I don't know. Well, freedom, I thought the darkness was a blessing. It was too difficult for me to shake them off.
I'm sorry for your undue trouble, my diligent friends.
Bro, they can only go and they ain't gonna friggin', they don't feel bad. They don't feel nothing. The chapter was going smoothly that they have to make us depressed to remind us that it's reverse night day and night. Exactly.
Hoping to find some inspiration for my next story.
And she's destroying herself by... Exactly. See, Garcia? This lady's a writer. A good soul. You almost made us miss out on meeting a kindred spirit. Argus should distort or the reverse 1999 equivalent. Poor Argus, man. Honestly, though. Come. I'm sure you'll fall in love with our salon. Oh, we getting our hair done. We getting perms. This has nothing to do with me. It's dark in here. I suppose you've already grown used to walking in the dark. Sorry. I mean no offense. But that's probably where he gets his hair dyed black. For real. The way he is real that he showed up at the end. When the filter was removed. He probably dyes his hair black. Not gonna lie. That's probably what he's doing at that salon. Yay! Hair time! Duvieri. Not that kind of salon, but someone's cutting hair. But someone is cutting hair here, as they do have some nice cuts. Exactly. I know it's not that kind of salon, but it's funny. What it like? Imagine if it was. And like that's where he gets his hair dyed black, jet black like my soul. You know. Oh, I was about to read that. Anyway, time to see what's up. Hey, Comala, it's timekeeper. Everyone put your hands up. Anyway. The modeled yet pristine walls, the still waters, the silent white towers standing within the labyrinth. Nearby, several oh my gosh, my enunciation. Prisoners from a circle, some standing, some sitting, engaging in conversation. Something's about to go down.
Oh, excuse me for a moment. I have duties that I must attend.
She's like, well, have fun, y'all. Leave us a 5-star Google review. With a sigh, the jailer steps into the gathering, causing a strangely subtle reaction from the prisoners. This is one of the most favorite patches, both story and character. Ooh.
They don't seem intimidated by her at all.
I mean, they chill like that. She chill.
Yeah. They just look like a bunch of artists having a chat in the garden. And the jailer seems to be like a grumpy neighbor coming over to ask them to keep it down.
The grumpy neighbor continues her chastising.
Everyone, you know the rules. There are to be no after-hours gatherings here without the physician's approval.
She's like, y'all know what's up. Get back to your rooms. Just wait. The story will change like really?
You sound softer and softer each time you come to warn us. Why not just join us? Isn't it better than circling around the Panopticon all day? And look around you. We're in the Hall of New Encounters. What better place to host a salon?
We're doing hair.
You're missing out in Comala.
Why are they all
you
wearing
don't even
bandages
get a taste
on
of
their
our
head?
literature.
Oh, they're all like writers.
Exactly. Even those oil-dripping
No wonder she
musicians
went
drop
here to
by
find
from
her
time
pen
to
pal.
time. Not that they're the kind to care about the beauty of words.
Oil-dripping musicians? Timekeeper, could they mean...
Oh my gosh, that's the only other answer. Before the jailer can say anything else, two of the prisoners simultaneously gesture for her to stay silent, pointing to the corner of their gathering.
Quiet now, please. The Idealist salon is about to start.
Ooh, it's glitching, y'all. Something crazy's about to happen. She's like, ah, not this again. Imagine.
These people seem friendly enough. Why don't we see what this is about?
Friendly, huh? I mean, that's one way to put it. She's like, this is a... Bro, what's the standard? Oh. Okay.
En desiertos, en estrellas, dentro de laberintos.
Okay. In deserts, in stars, within
En
labyrinths,
aguas, en
in waters,
espejos,
in mirrors,
dentro de
within
reflejos.
reflections. Yeah.
Soñamos sobre la almohada de paja de la muerte.
Aquí estamos,
Here we are,
rendiendo
paying
homenaje a
tribute
los
to the ghosts.
fantasmas.
The texts were glitching, and I thought it was a PC problem. Yeah, I had to look at it for a sec. I was like, what the heck? I feel the jailer's sigh on a spiritual level.
Para rendirlo todo
To give
otra
it
vez.
all up again. To give it up, all up, up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh.
My dear friends, we face a difficult truth.
So what research do
The
y'all do
movement of
here?
visceral
Because
realism
these guys
still stumbles
have
in the
papers all over them.
Our poems, our language, our minds are tangled by a stifling vine. A mundane, stale vision shared among all bourgeoisie.
I still wonder why the glitch text. Maybe to like signify the delulu-ness of it all.
We follow this vision blindly, clinging to the
Yeah.
comfort brought by logic and conventional wisdom. And by it, we nip every branch of new art in the bud. Poems are perhaps too fragile an outgrowth to develop one's life upon. But here, we may light them like candles at our funerals.
Okay.
Let poetry become the bridge between us and the world.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. A long clap breaks the silence. It comes earlier than all the other cheers from the audience.
As we come back and forth over the boundaries of life and death, the old obstacles begin to take on a new look. With the eyes of poets, we may see behind them.
What are you talking about? Yeah, the glitches are spoiler. Oh, okay. Was it because spoilers we know but Cheko doesn't? Oh yeah, I don't know. That their story and poem all paper there. That their story and poem all paper there.
You're a visceral realist. I can't be mistaken. You must be.
The idealist's eyes pierce through the grove of literary enthusiasm, reaching a distant, drifting new world.
A lonely cowboy, finally home.
Oh, is that him?
What a wonder.
That's him?
You're in time. The salon has just begun.
Found my people. Maybe she should
like
be here. Is there applications?
Care more about who's invited than the art. All are welcome here.
Okay.
A literary salon in a prison? Though so far it seems to have.
It's
more
a literary
dancing than
salon.
poems.
We style in poems.
Did you understand what that man just said?
No, sorry, timekeeper. I need a moment to think it through.
Do you know what? Did you understand what that meant? It's the way she said it. It's like certain lines, like hearing it in a British accent is just a little funny. Like, I cannot lie. I love that he wears a resistant buckle as a tie. Idealist is my favorite in this chapter. His voice, his music, like his voice is nice. His voice is very
Don't worry, Sonato. I would guess we're not the only ones who are confused here. Miss Jailer, is this that peculiarity about Comala?
Why don't we ask
earlier?
Recoleta, the poet? Maybe she knows.
Enough, Idealist. You're still an inmate here, and you are walking a very fine line right now.
She said, don't forget where you are. You're still in prison.
Oh, I'm quite aware of where I am and what lines I tread.
Bro, what is he in prison for? I just need to know.
This is a prison. The safest place for poets in this part of the continent. One cannot be arrested twice, after all.
Yeah, but you could be put in solitary confinement. Okay? The man's words draw laughter from the other prisoners as they turn to discuss the speech with excitement. Oh, he runs this prison.
Please, don't trouble yourself.
Oh, his voice is perfect? Yes, but I'm
what
like...
harm could a few poets possibly do?
He runs this freaking prison for sure. Oh, he runs this place for sure. All the intriguing rhymes and wild contradictions of aesthetics converging into a chaotic encounterment, crashing against the newcomers. Recoleta clenches her fist in shock, certain that the man before her is her mysterious pen pal. I don't know.
Idealist, might I ask you something?
He has pretty distinguishable red curls.
Hold on, Recoleta. All forms of communication with the inmates must conform to our regulations. We will need to record the conversation and submit it to higher authorities for review.
Wait, what? The prison reminded me of the back room.
I have some questions for the gentleman as well. But we're more than willing to follow the rules.
Yeah, like we want to talk to him for real.
I think the person I'm looking for might have attended this literary salon. Or at least talked to some of its members. I'd wager she's spoken to that gentleman. That is, if she has been here at all.
I see. Go ahead then. Just watch the time.
She is so professional. Okay. As the visitor petitioned the jailer, Recoleta pushes. Oh my gosh. Never mind.
Are you Aleph?
Ooh. The noisy atmosphere plunges into silence, just like the still waters nearby. The Idealist is evidently taken aback by the name.
Oh. Another visitor looking for Aleph.
Oh, is he popular? Oh. The physician runs the prison, but Idealist is the leader of the inmates. Yeah, true. Oh, the physician?
So you know him?
Naturally.
Dang.
But I'm not obliged to speak
I'll tell you right now, if Aleph was on TikTok, bro, he would be so popular. The salon host is non-committal, turning toward Recoleta's companions.
And you, young lady in the hat, are you here for Aleph as well? What a lively day this is.
No, I'm looking for a blind woman. Her name is Dores.
Ah, yes, I remember. Her writing was impeccable, like an exquisite crocodile skin handbag in a shop window. Elegant, yet condescending.
Do you know where she is now?
So she was here.
I'm not able to keep track of every inmate here, miss. Perhaps you should ask those who have seen everything from above. Through the glass.
Bro,
where the scrutinizing eyes of power look down on us.
Eyes?
Eyes. She scans the prison hall, the walls, the great tower. The pool remain unchanged. Nothing appears amiss. What's she talking about? All the prisoners present a nod in agreement, prompting a wary sigh from the jail.
Have you taken your medicine today, Idealist?
Bro, no way. She said, have you taken your Prozac? Yes, they even made me lift my tongue, ma'am.
I'm feeling marvelous. Today I require no help from them.
Oh, he didn't even take them. That being the first question is so gaslighty. Oh.
Act against him.
Creepy. He's kind of creepy, but I love his attitude. She's like, have you taken your meds? She was just like, have you taken your meds today? This is how you get when you don't take your meds.
The physician must have misunderstood us. I suspect he doesn't understand half of what we say. I'd like to know how.
Well, that kind of relatable, though. You know what? The idea is I get you.
I should hope.
I feel like that every day. I feel amazing. The prisoners exchange knowing smiles.
What a pity, jailer. You know, I've always believed you had the soul of a
man is fine.
Just like us. We've already spoken enough rebellious thoughts outside of Comala. How else do you think we ended up in your nut house? We've been here far too long.
Wait,
long
what
after
kind
the
of prison is this?
From office.
Why does this kind of seem more like a ward than a prison? Just with
After
the straight jacket looking papers.
In the aftermath of the Latin American boom.
I'm like, is this a prison or is this a psych ward?
What are you getting at?
That power is boring, meaningless. Nothing holds on to power forever.
Okay, thank God, right? Right? Am I right, fellow Americans? Anyway, I meant. Oh wait. It's circular prison with a pole.
And the one true connection we have to life is poetry.
See, jailer? Even an outsider understands our ideas better than you. It's time to open your eyes to reality.
Girl's really just here.
La Sociedad is the only way for us to feel truly alive in here, beneath the gaze of those prying, ever-vigilant eyes.
Idealist, last warning. Stop this now.
Right. Oh.
Fine.
Oh.
Fine.
The water was meant to slow them down.
Oh. Sadly, the salon must come to an end, as our jailer insists.
Oh. The crowd murmurs and grumbles as they begin to disperse. A prison with only writers and poets.
Dear friends,
poetry
I do not mean to abuse the power of suspense. I sincerely invite you to come with me to the heart of La Sociedad de
I'm
Poetas
sorry,
de
the funniest part was when she was like, did you take your meds today? And he's like, I feel great.
Perhaps you'll find the person you look for.
I feel amazing though. I don't need them. I'm sorry. That part was just kind of funny because that was so real. I don't know why that was so funny to me. Like, that's so real. And then 2 days later, you're just crying in your bedroom. Why did I... Bro, literally the story of my life. Anyway. that was just a little funny. Okay. Like, she's so serious. Like, they're just having a good old time. She's like, did you take your medication? And Recoleta's like understanding every word. She's like, okay, well, stop talking now and go to your room, okay? The man strikes a gesture, somehow equally comedic and solemn. The prison is actually really dangerous. Even inside the jail cell, there's water, and if one shock of electricity, you know, ooh. No wonder. That's why they don't want you breaking in here, Recoleta. You want to spend the winter here?
We'd love to. Only if that's okay with you, Miss Jayla.
The water is to slow them down.
I suppose that's all right. You're
that's
already
so real,
here.
though.
We can call it part of your tour, but please, ladies, take none of their rambling seriously.
She's just like, they cray. Hey,
Thank you, Jayla.
Bro, you know Recoleta.
Follow me.
She's enjoying every word of this. Tour! Are we getting a cell tour? Just popped up on my recommended Baccarola here. Just wanted to say, oh! Really? Oh! Wait, no way! I love your character so much. Oh my gosh, hi. Oh my gosh, I'm such a fan, but welcome. Welcome. No way! I have to do it. Love your vids. Oh my gosh. I love you and Baccarola. She's one of my favorites right now. So I'm very starstruck. Guys, is Baccarola here? No way. No way. So cool. Oh my gosh. Have to do an interview. Low key. We'll do an interview. Yes, no way. I'm so starstruck. But yeah. That's amazing. Now you have to use Baccarola in battle. Do I have her leveled up? Oh my gosh, wait. She's not inside 3, but I can't use it. No. I will use her.
Sit back,
you're right.
Relax.
Use Baccarola for Baccarola VA. What team is she best with? You guys?
Battery checked.
Should I just run my usual? But oh my gosh. Thank you for dropping by. You're amazing. I'm such a fan of your character. Okay. I don't know what team to rock though. Wait. Let me see. Baccarola. I don't know. The battle's easy? Okay, so it doesn't really matter. Use Flutter Page, Voyager. I don't have Flutter Page. Oh wait, I do.
Just stand with the others.
I'm just gonna bring a fan of your content. Wish I could have caught you at the reverse event, but maybe next time. Yes, maybe if they do one for the 2-year anniversary, for sure. Oh my gosh, I have to interview you though because I need to know more. I love your character so much. The whole music motif and everything. She's so cool. You're so cool. Okay. Whoa, I didn't think this would happen today. I didn't think I'd meet Baccarola. Oh, do I have to? Am I just destroying the sign?
This isn't the way to the gallery.
Wait, what am I doing?
It isn't the usual way.
Of course.
It's a
Oh, yes, I'm so excited.
We call it the reptilian complex.
But thank you.
Much faster than the limbic system and postmodern
I'm gonna find you on the
anxiety,
gram.
let me tell you.
But this passageway has long been abandoned and entries prohibited. It's extremely dangerous too.
Yes, but for you, Baccarola's VA is here.
Relax, Jayla.
That got me stat up.
Not even you knows this prison better than I.
Wait, what?
But, Timekeeper,
what's going
I think
on?
We've just gone in a circle.
Oh, we're confused. We're fighting our directional. Okay, got it. I was in the whoa, yeah, that was so cool, right? This is not Scared Straight. We are not in Scared Straight right now. We are well-behaved Foundation kids. Hello. But yes, no. Awesome. That's one of the coolest things that's ever happened ever. Like, dang, I'm watching these directions right here.
Yes, I got this. These sheets on my wings.
I am, bro. Dang. Okay. No big deal. No big deal.
And now to return to my long-term mission.
Okay,
Yes.
you were right. These were easy. I was very scared. I was very scared. I was scared, you know, that I would struggle. Okay, we're back to being Erd. Lock in, everyone. The way that creaks just ruined the whole vibe. I read in an article once that you Chileans don't like borrow quote. Oh my gosh. Is it even our 1999 if we're not beating up on children or wooden signposts? At this point, I miss Matilda. When is our next Matilda patch? Please. I miss her so much. I read in an article that once... Okay, I'm not reading that again. Literature. Something about it being too noisy. You sure are a quiet bunch. Is that so? And you Argentinians just love it, right? If you're any metric to go by, I'd say you're all loud and obnoxious. You, just because the Idealist isn't here, you think you could turn this lot into a debate hall? Humph. Up until the 16th chapter, the battles are pretty easy. Okay. Noted. You started it. Enough. Stop squabbling and post your work so we can read it. If you ask me, you're simply more interested in rhythm than form. Spanish is a rich language, one that is inherently expressive, even changing, and ever changing, not even changing, and artistic, much like Baroque. I can read. Literature. The typically quiet man's words douse the argument like a cold splash of water, sending the group into a rare moment of calm, period. Even the boss is easy. Literally, it's been so long since we've had a hard boss in reverse. I'm not gonna lie. I could make it hard for me. But, haha, all jokes aside, I don't miss them. Ever since those mad members left La Sociedad, we've had far fewer breakthroughs in stream of consciousness writing. I, for one, would gladly discuss the aesthetic values of stream of consciousness consumption. Girl, what are we talking about? As a new topic surfaces, the inmates' voices begin to rise once again. It was a most unusual literary solum, full of emotionally charged statements and biased opinions. Actually, scratch that. They're all pretty easy. But I didn't mind it. In fact, my feeling was quite the opposite. The inmates gave me an incredible feeling. Not one of them saw themselves as a prisoner stripped of their freedom. A group of literature enthusiasts coming together in an abandoned prison and collaborating to build an ideal nation. It felt as though it was the result of some kind of pact, but in reality, it was clearly a government-run prison. The half-anniversary boss was a nightmare? Really? Really? She was annoying for, like, that boss was annoying for sure. For, like, I feel like that's where it was for me. I feel like I haven't had a crazy boss since 1.9. Yes. No, 2.0. Sorry, not 1.9. 2.0. Since Kimberly, or Anjanala, but at the time was Kimberly. I have to go, no, honey. Everyone quiet down. I have something to announce. An unfamiliar voice cuts off the crackling typewriter in Doris' mind. A woman walks out from the far end of the darkness and steps into the center of the salon, stopping before the whiteboard and podium. She was annoying for sure, but she wasn't much of a challenge. Yes. For me, it wasn't really a challenge, but she was annoying. Yeah, thank you for coming. Let me know what... Wait. Watch the recording. Bye. Bye. Thank you for coming, Nia. I had trouble with the 2.1 boss from the Haunted. I think that one was one of the annoying ones, too. I think it was. I don't remember. I don't remember what that boss was. Was that the baby? Was that the baby? I think it was the baby. Anyway. Did I read this? I don't know.
Mr. Idealist entrusted me with hosting the literature salon.
He left a letter under a stone in the corner stating that he had a personal matter to attend. Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. For this session, I'll now announce our next research topic.
Fiction's duality in reflecting reality and the self.
Dang, they have a whole club going on, actually. You need debuff. I couldn't tell you what half of these characters do, which is so bad. I need to figure it out, for sure. Heavy gas turned heads, and uproar spreads through the audience. Clearly, this wasn't the topic they were expecting. They said, "Oh!" She raises the letter in her hand in a gesture of silence.
Like-minded fellows, aspiring writers.
Since the turn of the century, the names that once shook the literary world have gradually faded into obscurity.
Literature's been shoved aside in the world of art.
People attend theaters, cinemas, and even art galleries to enjoy paintings and sculptures, but few can finish a book. Dang, clocking? Okay. There's one thing to blame for that. TikTok, who else got their attention span shook right after COVID because we were all watching too many short form content. Now I could finish a book. Not with my dyslexia though, but if I wanted to and I tried really hard, I could. I struggled the most with the Isolde boss, but that's because I don't have a strong team. Poison team is the only team I'm using in bosses. And you know what? That's so real. That's so real. She said, TikTok ruined y'all attention spans. You guys can't finish books anymore.
What is left for us to do?
When families are torn apart and our nations are ravaging by tyranny.
Let stories be our weapon. They should be the sword that cuts through the bloody
I get it, girl.
truth. The beacon that lights our way forward.
But like book talk, you think she'd be on book talk? I use Anjo team for bosses mostly. I just use to be honest, I don't really have a main team. I kind of just go with who can help me clear this the fastest team. I don't know if they work well together, but I just like using, but like I know teams are a thing. I need to look more into that. The audience falls into silence. You could try writing a Latin America war and peace, and we could continue with our original salon topic. But two aren't mutually exclusive. I spent the whole month preparing for topic the Idealist previously proposed. If you insist on challenging the subject, then I'm afraid I'll have to take my leave. The new old team is crazy though. What is that? Please tell me. Miss Octavia, forgive me for interrupting, but this isn't the topic we agreed on. Everything you said, we just can't do that. We haven't even figured out things for ourselves. Octavia is an interesting topic, isn't it? But perhaps we can talk about it another time. Besides, don't forget the reason you're in here in the first place. For preaching that the novel is a weapon. Yeah. If it weren't for your rich daddy... Okay, bro. Not him hating on nepotism. We in prison. Okay. We're in prison. You'd be on the gallows, not standing here preaching to us.
Hey!
Clock it? He kind of clocked her teeth. He said if you weren't a nepo baby, you'd... Wow. What'd she do? Another prisoner stands, his voice clear. After I got Anjo Nala, the bosses have become easy. But like, what's the ultimate team though? I'm curious. You've completely missed Miss Octavius's point. A great writer should be like an obsessive gravedigger, digging up the rotting flesh of the social realism from the grave of our times. Only this vast... Bro. This time, Miss Garcia looked visibly restrained as Mr. Julio issued stern reminders, and Miss Roberta attempted to mediate. More and more members joined the debate, and voices both for and against Miss Artelia's proposal emerged. It didn't take long for La Sociedad to split into two camps. Recoleta Melania supports sustained. Okay. This is the old team? Hey, wait. I might need to level up my Melania then. I've never used her, so that was when I realized I needed to do something to get this derailed literary salon back on tracks. Back on tracks. Not back
I'm
on
a writer, and I mostly write under the name Erd.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Dores from Sao Paulo. I'm a writer, and I mostly write under the name Erd.
Erd?
That name sounds familiar.
Have you written for Atu? Are you the Erd in Atu?
Wow, I never imagined we'd be welcoming such an honored guest today. I thoroughly enjoyed your piece titled The Tin Soldiers of Sao Paulo. Girlie, you far away from the mic. Okay, it's my mic glitching. I don't know what's up with it. Because when I'm back here, it's fine. You see? I don't know why. Oh. I need to be like this. My bad. It needs to be right in my face. Got it. Okay. Do I need to read this again? Yeah.
It's an important part of my visit to hear all the
So
ideas
I talk
and
very loud,
opinions.
so I'm trying not to.
If you'll pardon my intrusion.
Too much. Then, tell me, Miss Erd, what are your thoughts on today's salon topic? Yeah, actually, I would say it's old team or Anjonala team. A difficult question, once involving preference, a creative stance, and a political alignment. A scale that is never easily balanced. However, the answer has never been the most important part of the question.
In these restless times, literature has been overlooked, forgotten, pushed to the edges of the
Dang.
world.
They really talking here about
Much like
writing and stuff.
Ushuaia.
What's Ushuaia? Some fall deep in thought, others nod in agreement, and a few look puzzled. The audience is largely unaware that the topic has already shifted. To most, the prison at the end of the world is a distant, cold place, perhaps even a place of hopelessness. When a prisoner is first sent here, I cannot help but imagine the first thing they feel is a stagnant pool of water and calming, quiet despair. It's a little soft, but you good now. Okay. She seizes this chance to guide the literary salon back to the muddy trenches of ideology. She recalls the days of typing while looking over the riverboats and palm trees. Words are honest. They have no capacity to lie. I came here to gather material for my next book. I plan to record everything I experience in this place, faithfully. And what kind of work are you planning to write? A non-fiction piece, I presume? About Comala prison? The name is Fate. Oh. Okay. Okay. Heat? I heard dropping the name of the book. Oh,
Let's take a step back.
Okay, we have to talk to bro.
Pull
okay,
you
got
out
it.
of that whirlwind of
Well, yeah,
passion
Meta
and
probably
dreams.
buff is really OP though. Dang. This is
If
probably
you want
really
to
went
make the
back up
best
there.
call, you need to zero in on what really matters. So what's your take on that big speech?
Latin America boom.
A sudden explosion that shook Latin American literary circles about 30 years ago.
I missed
It
the
was
first guy.
destructive,
And I kind of
but
missed the
also
lady.
gave rise to new life.
Not gonna lie.
Lucky for us, we don't have to worry about
Figure
shell
no,
shock
not
in the
that
literary
big.
world.
No.
It's not about knowing literature. Any soldier with little experience can deliver a status report.
Like, I feel like I'd feel nostalgia
Alright.
if I played the game.
Eyes on
over
the
again.
map. As we speak, ships are lined up on the Spanish coast. But this time, they're poised to make a new kind of discovery.
I still need to play the game modes. One day. One day on stream.
And here are our new Columbuses, heading to the docks to embark on their journey.
Who are these new Columbuses?
Carmen and Carlos, the driving force behind this literary feast between Spain and Latin America. Carmen, with an eye for opportunity and a mind for business, sought out the continent's literary gems and secured generous publishing deals for them. Carlos,
I feel like Marcus would have loved this mission.
Of market dynamics,
why don't we bring her?
Brought these works to the eyes of the European public. Then, a golden era began. It all kicked off with a scandal at a military academy. And soon, the entire world was captivated by the story of a baby with a pig's tail from a faraway land.
Do you guys know who they're talking about? Are they talking about anyone specific?
But we mustn't forget the writers themselves. Fuentes, a towering figure of the Spanish-speaking world, and Cortázar, the writer ever seeing through the eyes of a child. And of course, Mario and Gabo, key players in this literary revolution, will forever be etched in the annals of history. They corresponded regularly.
I'm sorry, that word's kind of funny. Okay,
deep
I'm
admiration
sorry.
for each other's
I'm not gonna
work.
say anything.
In fact, one even wrote a doctoral thesis on the other. Ah, friendship.
That must have been a proud time for them.
It was, but no matter
Dang,
how
he has a lot to
explosive
say
the boom
today.
was,
Wow.
it couldn't escape its fleeting nature. With the second imprisonment and self-criticism of a Cuban poet, in came an inexplicable right hook, and bang,
100 mil deep.
Silence. The military junta had gripped the poets' throats. The verse of the pioneers was cut off, their voices no longer heard. The bond between two generations was broken, and for the younger of the two, the silence was intolerable.
Does anyone know, like, if they're talking about someone specific so far?
They looked for a new theme, a new idea,
Because I have no idea what he's talking about.
a new method to speak on their disappointment, their heart, and they became the new guerrillas.
Oh. My bad. He's giving us a history lesson. I don't know. Okay, well, there's a lot of people in that one, so I don't know. A lot seems like it's gonna happen. Oh, okay, thank you.
La investigadora se despierta en su cueva en la duna.
You know what? I'm
que
just
le parecía
gonna.
tan
The
vacía como una
researcher
tumba.
awakes in her
Era
dune
poco
cave,
antes del amanecer.
which felt hollow. It was a little before
Montones de
dawn.
cintas habían
Shacks
ocupado
of
su espacio
tape
vital,
had eaten up her living
apilándose
space,
una y
climbing
otra
up
vez.
again and again.
Cada
Each of
uno
these
de estos
spinning
carretes
reels speaking of
giratorios
stories about
hablaba
the
de historias
cottage
sobre esa cabaña con techo azul.
with a blue roof. Oh my gosh, that cottage was a blue roof. Whoop.
Oyó la voz del
She heard the
asesinado
voice of the
conductor de
murdered
burros
donkey
detrás
driver
de ella.
behind her. I heard them all.
Oigo a
The
todos
laughter
ellos,
and voices
las
of
risas y las
generations
voces de
past,
generaciones
like dry
pasadas,
leaves caught in the cracks
como
of old
hojas
walls.
secas,
Rustling
atrapadas en las
only
grietas de
when
viejas
the wind
paredes,
blows through.
crujiendo
I
solo cuando el
wouldn't
viento
set
sopla otra
foot
vez.
in that house if I
No
were
pondría
you.
un pie en esa casa si fuera tú.
Hey, T, I
El
can read.
mendigo al lado de la
The
puerta
Doris
también habló.
slided beggar spoke to.
Duermo en
I
el
sleep on
porche
the porch
cada
every
noche.
night, each morning.
Cada
A dim
mañana una
light
luz
glows
tenue
through the
brilla a
window,
través de la
but no
ventana.
one ever leaves
Pero
through that
nadie
door.
sale nunca
No
por
one
esa
has
puerta.
ever entered.
Y nadie ha entrado nunca. Luego la voz del empleado del
Then the
banco.
bank
Es la
clerk's
historia
voice.
del alter
It's
ego.
the story of the alter ego.
Esa casa
That
debe haber
house must
estado
have been
llena
filled
de
with
deudas
debts
que
no one
nadie
would
reclamaría.
return to claim.
La anciana enferma,
The
luchando en
sick
su
old
cama,
lady struggling in her
susurró.
bed whispered,
La
the
casa
house
recuerda
remembers
esos
those
días,
days when people vanished
cuando
in
la
the darkness
gente
of the night and
desaparecía en
children
la
were stolen
oscuridad
by
de la
the
noche
storms.
y los niños eran robados por las tormentas. La investigadora de paracausalidad
Okay, no.
había
Researcher
oído
had
suficiente
heard
y volvió a
enough
dormirse.
and drifted back to sleep again.
Solo quedaba
There
el
was only
traqueteo
the
del
rattling
dado de
of the die
Babilonia
of Babylon echoing in
resonando
her
en su
hollow
cueva
cave.
vacía.
I'm not even gonna attempt with words that are more than like 2 syllables or 3. Sometimes we get a little testy with 4. In the Dehorn Activity Hall, thousands of floating ships of paper form a blurred, colossal face. It's hard to imagine how the prison managed to transform this place into what it is now.
I've always wanted to use the element of fantasy to better establish our theme.
Okay, I was close.
And I was right.
I was close with it.
Now the stage is captivating, the timing is perfect,
and
the audience is ideally placed.
But for the sake of the stream right now, let's stay on topic, okay? Since this will be
one imperfect
video.
element remains in the scene. The creator, who hasn't stepped away from his creation. No.
But I was close enough with his voice, I think.
Thing.
You know? Garcia, the curator of the exhibition, stands beneath his work, deep in thought. Of course he's an artist. Not spot on, thank you. But of course he's an artist. Are we surprised? Are we surprised? Deep in thought, agonizing over every minute imperfection. His fellow poets whispered to one another.
Can you even tell any difference between today's setup and yesterday's?
Seriously, Rebecca?
No way. Oh!
That's a rude question.
Y'all, is that who I think it is? All around me are familiar faces. Word out, please. Yes, he's there always. Why is Diggers in prison? And why is he wearing his mannequin? Now, to be fair, this is probably his haven. To be fair, I don't know why I asked why he's in prison. I don't know why I asked at all. Dude will, he's from all the way from 1.4 for drama, all the way from 1.1 to here. Diggers will never leave. He was also in 1.4, I think.
Well, what's the difference then?
Not Diggers and his friends.
Well, I can't see one either, but you should never judge art by how much it changes in a day. It's a creative process.
Right.
We might be standing at the edge of the world, but art has no boundaries. We have to show him our support.
Right.
Easy for you to say. He's
I know how I
been
feel.
tinkering and tweaking for over 3 months.
Diggers has to be like something huge later on, because he keeps showing up, and he's now in Manus too. Crazy.
Even if the Idealist himself entrusted him with this exhibition, he can still be wrong sometimes. This gallery is turning into a dump.
Estoy viendo fantasmas, todos con las mismas caras, Garcia. Demasiados. Es fácil
His voice is so nice. This is the Idealist. He reminds me of Sampo from Honkai Star. Exactly. Being in jail for the plot. He does what he's like Sampo, bro. Sampo. Having navigated through the labyrinth, the Idealist, the leader of La Sociedad, arrives at the exhibition's entrance, accompanied by several new faces and the jailer.
Idealist, you're back. Are these new recruits for La Sociedad?
Yeah, I see what you mean by bro needs sleep.
You must have had a very successful day.
You need some rest.
It is good to see you, Garcia. How is your vision
Putting water on the
progressed
ground
today?
so they can't move very fast is kind of smart. I'm not gonna lie.
First a salon, and now an art gallery.
But that water ain't nearly high
really
enough
a prison?
to keep anyone stuck. Hey, we developed their hobbies, you know. Her shock is evident in her face, but her words are ignored as Garcia begins to vent his frustrations.
As you can see, I've strived to push the element of fantasy in my work so that it might reach perfection.
I'm not gonna lie, of course he's an artist. Like,
but why doesn't it look like what I imagine?
It's okay. All guys there are being simp of the fans.
It's like I'm trying to work on a shadow. Some shapeless thing that morphs and shifts by the hour. Idealist, am I losing it again? I took my medicine as instructed.
What is he giving y'all, actually?
It was never the pills that blinded you, my dear Garcia. You mustn't let tedious routine stifle what's truly alive. Remember, like those old poems, your exhibition must have a timeless rhythm that's never lost to the changing of minds.
Is that blood? I never realized that. Why is there blood on your... No. Garcia holds out his hand as if grasping something fleeting, but fails to hold on to it.
Sorry, maybe I'm just not getting it.
Look out. There's your answer.
The story's
Though the sun rises the same way every day, the multitudes of shadows it casts are ever changing.
Oh,
isn't that the only constant in life? Change.
Huh? Oh, yes, actually.
We foolishly pursue stability and constancy, but our very world denies it. Take a step back. Take several. And
the voice actors ate this patch. I see what I don't remember who said it, but I see
become
what they
lost
mean.
among the shifting shadows.
I get it now. It's the changing light that makes the exhibit seem different from what I expected. I shouldn't waste my time on freezing things in one perfect moment. Instead, I need to embrace change as it comes.
Yes.
I don't know how to thank you. I won't let you down. I must complete this exhibition.
Aww.
Complete my alter ego.
Bro, who are you? Freaking Lisa? I must complete it. Comes out with an album. Got me feeling like. Bro. The choice of word widens the writer's eyes.
Did you say alter ego?
Yes, that's the title of Lisa's album.
And he called you Garcia. Is that your name? Garcia, where did you learn about this alter ego? Do you happen to write under the name...
But the curator has already returned to his work, uninterested or oblivious to his visitors.
Please, Recoleta, give our artist some space. Can't you see? He's already returned to his own time and space.
Whatever.
He can't hear a thing you say.
And then, like, flips his bangs. It's all about my art, Mom.
He's right.
Artistic vision.
Garcia is deep in his own head now. He won't hear a thing until he's done with whatever he has to do.
What did y'all do to end up here? Like, seriously. Especially you. Like, what did you do?
Even if the floor were to collapse out under us, I think he will be left standing in the air without even noticing.
Pardon me then.
She takes a step back out of respect.
All right, my dear guests. Please forgive my late introduction. Welcome to the Gallery of Bewilderment.
Thank you for inviting me here, Mr.
Going
Idealist.
through Rampage with the Arcanum losing their minds. They kind of all do look like they're going crazy for real. But some of them look so normal. Well, act. The Foundation investigators have been carefully observing each prisoner's movements since they arrived, but unfortunately, there is no sign of Miss Dores.
I imagine you're curious about what we do here in the heart of La Sociedad de Poetas de las Americas.
Finding Dores, but I'm sure
we're putting together a magazine, a collection of poems.
I'm like, we on a time crunch.
Our very own Casa de las Americas.
Oh, they're making a magazine?
Casa de las Americas?
That is actually kind of cute. They're doing their own little passion projects. The Idealist nods with a smile.
Exactly. Named after
I mean, there's nothing cute about bro.
You're a fine mind indeed.
Yeah, I had a feeling she already
At this
left,
very moment, all our compañeros are working on it.
Like, there's no way she's still here. At all. But maybe we can get, like, some clues.
Garcia's exhibition, Alter Ego, is centered around the birth of this magazine. And here, you can see the signatures from all the poets involved, along with a few words they've written for it.
Why is this kind of cute, though?
Reading it is like looking into the soul of our society.
All these signatures.
Oh, look at them, look at them. Soneto steps forward to examine the perplexing artwork in the dim light. The enormous face appears to be looming woefully over the entire room. The floating slip of paper catches her attention.
Timekeeper, here. It's Dr. Dores' pseudonym, Erd.
Ooh, she said Erd was here.
Then she was here.
Soneto pockets the slip of paper, dutiful. Oh, won't that make them mad?
Precisely. She used to be one of us, and still is, if I may correct myself.
They all have wet socks.
You can ask around here.
So Soneto allowed to just take bro's paper from his vision.
Don't we all miss the familiar faces of old friends? I'm sure they'll do everything they can to help you find yours.
As he finishes speaking, several enthusiastic prisoners come forward to greet the Idealist.
Mr. Idealist, I finished my short story.
Nah.
It's called Weightlessness. It drifts around the subject like a sheep floating in space. The readers can start anywhere in the story, or read it in any order they like.
Nah, you gotta stay a couple steps back from bro. What is going on?
Please take a look at my piece off limits. Every word that has been forbidden is either erased or replaced with symbols. It's a one-of-a-kind, jarring experience.
I'm happy you're happy.
And I finished a new paragraph.
They don't mind, they're already crazy. The prisoner, wrapped in several meters of manuscript paper, like a strange sort of mummy, squeezes into the crowd. Oh, ladies,
new faces.
Bro.
Welcome.
Hello. Are you guys okay? Blink twice if you need help. Without any warning, he calmly tears the manuscript to shreds. The fluttering fragments fall like trailing sparks from a fireworks show. The abrupt welcome ceremony leaves the newcomers stunned, while the natives share knowing smiles.
Idealist, did he just...
This is the writer for the prologue of our magazine.
Confetti, no. These people are crazy. Like, you see his nose? Guys, that means he had a nosebleed and just wiped it. Is that not foul? Like, he had a nosebleed and just wiped it down. Like, that is so gross. The leader of La Sociedad, either misunderstanding or evading the question, responds with enthusiasm.
The prologue consists of a 2,000-line poem and an introduction
His lips
that is written in
chopped.
86 languages to avoid misinterpretation. It represents every second we spend here.
Only thing that matters is writing.
Naturally, the arrival of new members disrupts its structure, and so we must begin again from scratch.
That thing in shirt, he used to have someone or himself. Yeah, like, it's insane, bro.
So he just tore it all up like that because he thought we were joining?
Right, we're not. Whoa. Thank you for the offer. I will have to decline. I will have to decline politely. Please don't hurt me.
With all due respect,
no,
isn't this a little excessive? Heaven
No.
knows I'm not one to judge. I've torn up plenty of writing for my novel.
Girl, what they do is not excessive. It's
Please, pay it no mind.
It's what they have to do.
It may not be an easy task, but he's doing his part.
Like, this guy writes on his straitjacket for sure. For like
Destruction is hard, but more necessary than you think. Without it, we'd all be
Rebuke,
stuck in a
right?
still and stagnant
Right.
pond, with all the
Stay
smell
back,
that entails.
sir. Stay as far back as
This
possible.
all sounds very complicated.
You're telling me
When will your magazine be
Diggers
finished
is
then?
just chilling with these guys, like everything cool.
Forgive me, but I'm not sure what a floating sheet, a jarring reading experience, and all this constant rewriting are meant to express.
Burton, the jailer, having remained silent, Takes a deep breath and interrupts.
As I've said, Comala isn't like any other prison.
Miss Jailer.
Right.
Do you mean...
This place also serves as a research center. And the prisoners here, for all they claim, are not just poets.
Huh?
They are arcanist criminals, and each one of them has been diagnosed as mentally ill.
So, like, yeah, you don't need to tell me that. Like, I know. Like, I know that. Well, like, what did the girl do? Like, the Idealist, I can see it. The other guy, kind of see it. I don't know. Like, he looks like he could just be on, like, you know, some medication. He'll be fine. The girl, though, she seems completely normal. Like, what do you have to do to... So they're criminals, but instead of going to a regular prison, this is where they go because they're mentally ill. Okay, but what'd they do? What'd they do, though? The leader of Sociedad remains composed like an island in a rough sea, leaving the onlookers to question whether he is entirely mad or the sanest of them all. Bro, he is not the sanest of them all. Bro, you are not the sanest. You're the most crazy. The most kindest image has the most deadly scam. No way.
You're quite right, Jailer. But let's not forget that mental illness is merely a deviation from the norm. And who decides the norm? You?
What'd you do, bro?
The physician? Or the ones outside these walls?
Well, I mean, just look at yourself in the mirror. Oh, wait, you have things covering your eyes. I'm like, I can tell you now, bro. Is it really just like a classification, or are we looking at the same thing here?
We've been exiled here
it's okay.
by the standards of our time, deprived of our roles in the outside world.
What'd y'all do?
So please,
did they do
as we
anything?
agreed before,
or did they do nothing?
I ask you not to interfere with the affairs of La Sociedad.
Okay.
These people are visitors, not your new recruits.
Right. We're just here to see what's up.
But should we not hear their thoughts first?
He's pointing at us. The Idealist turns towards the visitors in an urgent plea. With
My
an
friends,
urgent plea.
No one escapes the eye of power. We must resist. Stand with us. Pick up your pen and take poetry as your shield before it is too late.
Idealist, I admire your fight, but I came here with
She's literally just here to meet her pen pal and maybe stay the night. That's it. The leader of La Sociedad, caught in his favor, ignores her words and carries on.
We're the last true owners of an old legend, words now only remembered as myth. We must stay on the path of literature until I find that transcendental solution. To invent an idiom that is generic, all-encompassing, yet precise. My poem will be written in this language, leaving no room for doubt or misinterpretation.
What?
How blessed is a man with infallible memory.
We love a man with hobbies. We love a man with hobbies.
More vivid than anyone else. In the end, he'll have all the answers, if time allows him.
They probably need some sleep. Some therapy. A dreamlike expression crosses his face. It briefly seems as if he has become an entirely different person, but his vision is soon interrupted.
Sweet tongue, sister, howls, hermaphrodite, tongue.
Oh gosh, where are we? Help!
The whole city in the nut house.
Help!
Timekeeper, look over there.
Isn't that the prologue writer?
There's something off about him. Please, Timekeeper, stay away from him.
What's happening?
Timekeeper, stay away. I love
Idealist, Pablo's having another episode.
Oh, what does that mean?
Multiples of us. You make reality sick.
And that's why you need to... A flash of arcade energy flares up. The jailer steps into the crowd reactively.
I could use your help, ladies.
Alright. No big deal, no big deal. He's having another episode. We'll help him. It's okay. I think for now, this is fine. As long as they can kill him.
I have all the essentials for writing poetry.
I mean, we're not killing. Okay, we're putting him to sleep.
Suéltalo todo una vez más.
Just a little nap, okay? Go to sleep. Go to... Oh, they're all here.
Do I have to do this?
Was not... Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, little man.
This is a breach of free breeze.
In charge of loading.
Go to sleep.
I got this. Nuestro adversario es el tiempo.
Aim and shoot.
Go to sleep.
The light that illuminates all.
Go to sleep.
Higher than a bell.
Man having an episode. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. To sleep, little. Whoa. Do not hit the ladies. The sound effects for Flutter Page is so pretty. Wait, the song's picking up.
En la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo una vez más.
Sound effects are crazy. Bam.
Filosofía clásica, el fundamento del mundo.
That wasn't even as tough as waking up an old factory man.
All right, I don't know who she's waking up right now, but wait, we're not trying to wake people up. Actually, the frenzied prisoner is subdued. He lies convulsing in the center of the exhibition hall.
Poor soul. I'll bring him to bed. Well done, ladies. Aren't you full of surprises?
What was all that?
Right.
It seems he had a mental breakdown and lost control of his arcane skill. It appears that every line he recited carried unbridled power.
Usually, only specific lines can channel arcane energy. You can't just force the power into words or craft a poem to serve your purpose. Pablo must have a rare gift for identifying empowered lines. When he recited them all aloud, they overwhelmed him.
Oh, so he's a special
That's right. He's a genius who writes the ties of emotion.
Hey, like the foundation can fix him. Someone recruit, bro. Are you special?
We always keep a close eye on him to make sure he doesn't recite anything while reading or writing.
That sounds kind of goated, not gonna lie. Roberta trades glances between the tense jailer and her visitors.
But sometimes things slip through.
Yeah, we weren't paying attention.
You must understand how difficult it is for a poet to never taste the words on his own lips.
So then, this isn't the first time, and you're all fully
I don't
aware
think
of it.
he's crazy. I just think he's not able to control his arcane ability.
Do I understand you right? Did you just admit that you've been hiding an inmate with a dangerous condition from us?
I don't think he has a dangerous condition. I think it's like lack of training, you know?
According to the safety regulations for the Panopticon of Comala, he must be sent to the physician for immediate treatment.
What are y'all gonna do to him? Like, what is this treatment? What are y'all doing here? The jailer's command causes a dramatic shift in the room.
No, wait. We can explain.
Do y'all not like the physician?
He's doing fine. We know how to help him. This was just an accident. We got distracted by the new members.
Yeah.
We won't be handing him over to the physician.
Ooh. Oh, they said no.
No true writer would allow their mind, the most sacred palace of their thoughts, to be opened up to that cold-hearted, ignorant butcher. Even one who believes their inspiration flows from a source beyond the mere substance of a brain would refuse it.
Would Patutu be there? I don't think so. The jailer furrows her brow and pulls out her weapon. The air tightens into an invisible thread. Dang. What's our beef with only at the second? Isn't that 2.8? Damn, we flying through this. Okay. Oh, I have to do this. Whoops, I forgot. Alright. Enter 2.9. Huh?
Fate. Yes.
Oh.
It looms over
Girl.
us, yet each of us may hold the power to steer its course.
Just like this nation of contradictions, its fate could also be... Ahem. In that case, shall we officially begin this salon? The ever-observant Roberta notices the tears welling in Octavia's eyes, cuts her off. Would anyone like to share a story on this topic? Whether it's a personal experience or a written tale, let's bring some life to this salon. Well, if no one has anything to say, I could always retell the story of my fateful journey across the Mexican border. Screech! A chair screeches as one man stands. All eyes fall onto his face, shadowed by his heavy brow and sharp cheekbones. So it's 2.8, not 2.9. Why does a jaguar even need a sword? Cause she cool like that. She cool like that. She cool like that. Like, imagine what's cooler than a regular jaguar? A jaguar with a sword, you know? So. An unexpected twist. No one noticed him quietly sitting at the edge of the crowd until now. I spent the first half of my life as a bank clerk. One day, sitting behind the glass window, staring at the endless stacks of checks, papers, and flyers, it hit me. I wasn't serving a life sentence. So I quit. I went home and decided to write something. My wife threw a fit at first, but when I wouldn't budge, a cold war broke out between us. And then finally, she issued a unilateral eviction notice. Ulrich will be free also. I see. But let's not get too much into spoilers, okay? For 2.8. But I do know that. I do know that. Because I don't know if anyone in chat wants to know ahead of time. You know? Like, some people might want to, you know, be surprised. When I came to, I was already here. A place I feel... Wait. I got drunk, punched a bastard officer who was beating a beggar in the street, and everything after that's a blur. When I came to, I was already here. A place that feels more like a home than any other place I ever did. The Idealist gave me some water and suggested I write to Alfie. But there might still be people who are like, I didn't know Ulrich was coming out. I didn't look at the characters, you know? It's just for the sake of those people. Because there are people who do want to wait for it to be a surprise on which characters are releasing and what patch. So I did. I wrote a letter and asked a question. That's why I don't post about future patches on my community posts, even though sometimes I really do want to. 2 weeks later, I got a reply. Just one line. I'm still trying to figure out what it means. In the short span of life, there exists an infinitely extending staircase, and at its end lies nothing but a silent body of water. Yeah, well, Twitter, it's inevitable. You're gonna be spoiled. I had to mute a lot of people to not get stories spoiled. Julio, I had no idea such a story. You had such a story. Why haven't you mentioned it before?
I didn't know you've written to Aleph too.
Aleph, not Alfie. Octavia, maybe you did choose the right topic. Young, passionate writers like you should carry the dream of changing society. We haven't met her yet. Don't end up like me, waiting until this age to finally pick up the pen. Oh. The hostess, fully engrossed in the story, has almost forgotten about all the about all about the topic. Okay. Okay, I suppose it's my turn then. So here's my tale of crossing the Mexican border. For heaven's sake, spare us. I've heard there's at least 7 or 8 versions of that story already. Not to mention the 5 short stories in your collection. I just wonder why second anniversary is not 2.9. I don't know. Probably not. Maybe. Well, you think it's going to be 2.9? Are they going to count the anniversary as a 2 point? You know? Because the anniversary is going to come out. Are they just... Not the anniversary. Whoa. The collab in August. 2.8 is the anniversary. But they're going to have a collab before the anniversary. So is that going to skew the numbers at all? I wonder. Maybe. Not to mention the 5 short stories. Oh, I read this. 5 stories, Roberta. 5! And the only difference between them is the narrative perspective. Repetitive narrative is indeed an important topic in literary criticism. The remainder of the salon is spent in noisy chatter as the storytelling quickly spirals out of control. Maybe they said it was going to be in August. Would that technically be our 2.8? Imagine if they changed the numbers like that. That'd be kind of interesting. Only Dr. Dores quietly repeats that name to herself. Aleph. Mr. Julio was a unexpected gold nugget, the perfect material for a biography. I'll treat it with care in my next submission. By then, I'd nearly forgotten I was still in prison. I had been swept up in the literary salon. I resolved to record all that I witnessed in this prison. As to whether the inhabitants are truly prisoners, that will be for the readers to decide. At the time, I did not ask how they found their way into this spoke prison. Oh my gosh, why am I reading so wrong? Like them. I was thinking of purring things. Looking back on this journey, I now see that the tangled strands of Las Babas del Diablo had formed a interconnected web. Just as the salon gets into full swing, a face emerges from the shadows, only the smile clearly visible. Rarely do I observe the salon from afar, taking in all the symbolic quirks and subtle metaphors. The bridge between reality and unreality. The poetry of the typical and the atypical. This is exactly how I envisioned La Sociedad de Poetry. Oh my gosh, when I founded it. Frick. The new arrival catches her attention. Reality and unreality. Are you referring to the difference between notification? Oh my gosh, nonfiction and fiction. I'm afraid I haven't quite grasped your full meaning. Ah, but you understand at least part of it, didn't you? That alone proves we're walking the same path, the unwavering pursuit of aesthetic truth. We are citizens of the literary kingdom, staggerers chasing the first light to reach the shores of the new world, children crying beneath the tree of pure ideals. As a founder, I sincerely invite you to join this group that we have and become one of us. Join this big group that has a super long name. A gentlemanly bow, invitation that is hard to refuse. Everything here carries the air of mystery, the literary gathering, the strange architecture, the enigmatic recipient of all those letters. A rare opportunity.
I'm truly flattered by your invitation. I'd be delighted to join the Poetry Society.
Oh.
But might I trouble you with one question?
I gotta go.
Mr.
Thank
Idealist?
you for joining, Mafuyu. Thank you. Always appreciate. Bye. Ask away. Could you tell me about... Alfie, that's what I'm calling him. That's what I'm calling him. At this point, I keep forgetting his actual pronunciation.